Today we're going to talk about circles. If I ask you how many sides does a circle have, and you think none, I would say think again. Circle has two sides, an inside and an outside. A circle is formed when a plane cuts the cone at a right angle to its axis. So when a plane cuts a cone at a right angle to its axis, we get a conic section named circle. Definition of circle is set of all points in a plane such that each point is equidistant from a fixed point, and that fixed point is called the center of the circle. The distance from the center is called the radius. The distance around the circle is called circumference of the circle. Equation of a circle can be written using the distance formula. Remember the distance formula. So if you have 2 points, point A has the coordinates x1, y1, point B has the coordinates x2, y2. The distance between these 2 points, distance D, between points A and B can be written using x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared, square root of the whole quantity. So circle has center at HK and XY is any point on the circle. Then using the distance formula, we can say the distance R, the radius R, the distance between the center HK and any point XY on the circle can be given by x minus 8 squared plus y minus k squared, square root of it. And if we go ahead and square both sides, we can have the equation of circle in standard form, which is r squared is equal to x minus 8 squared plus y minus k squared. Now finding an equation of a circle and graphing it. So let's go ahead and find the equation of a circle whose center is 0, 0 and the radius is 4. Remember, x minus 8 squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared is the standard form of equation of circle. So in this case, h is 0 and k is also 0, r is 4. So my equation of this circle will be x squared plus y squared equals 16. And to graph it, we are just going to go coordinate plane. The center is at 0, 0 and radius is 4. So I'm going to connect all. So this is 4, 4, negative 4, negative 4. This is x-axis and y-axis, and that's the graph of my circle. Remember, in trig, we talk about unit circle a lot. Unit circle is a circle whose radius is 1, whose center is at 0, 0, and the radius is at 1. Radius is 1 unit. Next, finding an equation of circle and graphing it. Find an equation of circle with the center 2, negative 1, and the radius 3. Remember, this is your h, k, and this is your r. X minus 8 squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared is the standard form of equation of a circle. So x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. We have x minus 2 squared plus y plus 1 squared, because negative and a negative will make it a positive, equals 9. And that's the equation of this circle. Now to graph it, we're going to first go to the center, which is 2 and negative 1. X is positive 2, y is negative 1 over here. Then from here, the radius is 3 units. So we're going to go 3 units up, 3 left, 3 right, 3 down. So 3 up, 3 left, 3 right, 3 down. I think I went too far here. That does not look like a circle. Let's retry. So x is positive 2, y is negative 1. So from here, if I go 3 to the right, remember this is 2. If I go 3 to the right, I would be at 5. And if I go 3 to the left, I would be at negative 2. And if I go 3 up, I would be at positive 2 for the y. And if I go 3 down, I would be at negative 4. And if I connect these points, and that's going to be my graph of the circle. Okay. Next, equation of a circle, again, in the standard form is x minus 8 squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Graph looks like this, where hk is the center. Your center can be in any of the four quadrants or any of the axes, or it can be at the origin. The center is hk, the radius is r. X squared and y squared terms have the same positive coefficient. Important to know, because when we talk about ellipse and hyperbola, we will see their equations are going to look similar, but the coefficients of x squared and y squared will be not same. So in this case, in case of circle, x squared and y squared both have exact same coefficient, positive. Okay, next, we are given the equation of circle now, and we're looking for the center of the circle. Let's go ahead and compare with x minus 8 squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Looks like h would be negative 2 and positive 3, and the radius in this case would be 5. Let's go ahead and plot this. H is negative 2, x is negative 2, and y is positive 3. Negative 2 and positive 3, that's here, and the radius is 5. So I'm going to be going 5 units to the left, 5 to the right, 5 up, down. And it's important to label the 4 coordinates you're using. It's helpful to see, especially if the graph is not given. If you're not given a coordinate plane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's going to be our equation of the circle, a graph of the circle. And I'm going to label these coordinates. So this point would be x is 3 and y is also 3. As you're moving horizontally, your y coordinate is not going to change. As you're moving vertically, your x coordinate is not going to change. So it might be helpful just to go ahead and, label your x coordinates for vertical points and label your y coordinates for horizontal points. And the x coordinate is negative 7 here, and y coordinate would be 7 and negative 2. All right, that's the graph of my circle. Next, completing the square to find center and radius of a circle. In this case, I'm given a circle, equation of circle, but I'm not given it in the standard form. So I'm not given in the form x minus 8 squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. I will have to write it in the standard form first. So for that, I'm going to have to complete square. I'm going to bring the x terms together, y terms together. That's all I did. I kind of left some space because I'm going to be completing the squares. I haven't added, subtracted anything. I just kind of grouped the x terms together and y terms together. To complete the square, I'm going to add half of the coefficient, which is 6. Half of 6 is 3. So I'm going to add 3 squared here. And I'm going to add half of the coefficient for y, which is negative 2. Negative 2 squared is a positive 2 squared because negative gets squared. Now I did add, so this is 9 and this is 4. I just added 13 to this equation. To make up for that, I also need to subtract a 13. Or I can say I need to add 13 to the other side as well. So either one of those is fine. So when I complete the square, this becomes x plus 3 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals, moving 51 to the other side, plus 13. That leaves me with 64. X plus 3 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 64. Now center here is going to be negative 3, 2, and the radius is going to be 8. So center is negative 3, 2. X is negative 3, y is positive 2, which is here, and the radius is going to be 8. That means I can go 8 left, 8 right, 8 up, 8 down. I'm just going to mark those coordinates now. So negative 3 and 2. When I go up and down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When I go up and down the x coordinate, when I go vertically, the x coordinate does not change. When we go horizontally, the y coordinate does not change. So what I'm going to do now is list the coordinates for the 4 points that were used. It makes it easier to read. Okay, so x is still going to be -3 here, still going to be -3 here, and y is still going to be 2 here, still going to be 2 here. And now I'm going to be adding the radius to get my other missing coordinates. So from -3, if I go 8 to the right, I'm at +5 for x. From -3, if I go 8 to the left, I would be at -11, because if I move 8 further to the left from -3, I would be at -11. And now think about other y coordinates for the vertical points. So my y coordinate was 2. From 2, if I go 8 above, I would be at y equals 10. And if I go 8 below, I would be at -6. Right? And that's all about circle. When equation of circle, it's not given in the standard form, so you first complete the square. Another example, completing the square. Group the x terms together, group the y terms together, and move the constant to the other side. Now add 1 square here, 3 square here. So I'm technically adding a 10 because 3 square is 9 and 9 plus 1 is 10. So I have to add 10 to the other side. It's an equation. I got to keep it balanced. So x plus 1 squared, y plus 3 squared equals 25. Tells me the center is -1, -3, and the radius is 5. So let's go ahead and graph it, plot it. Right now, I'm going to leave the task of adding the coordinates for you. Add the coordinates of these 4 points that we just used to the graph. That was all about circles.